Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 5 on Bloomfield with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it's the next morning, and I've come outside, and I did find that we had a pallet of potatoes here at our greenhouse. So I've moved them over here to our little production building and happened to notice that the recipe, if we check for premium potatoes, the wife needs water for that as well. So I'm going to need to haul some water to this building. So I'm going to do that here first thing. I was not able to resolve anything regarding the rocks in the field other than doing it by hand. So I guess I'll take TFS's advice and I'll get some sturdy gloves and we'll get on that after I get the water hauled. So I'll get the old farm all set up here and I guess I'll meet you up at the field once I get water in the production building. So we'll see you up there. Well, I finished hauling the water this morning and I was going to get set up and do the rock picking, but things have changed a little bit. I got a phone call from TFS. He's off visiting friends and family in Saskatchewan, the province east of us, and one of his buddies there had some equipment for sale and was showing TFS, and he happened to have what TFS called a heavy harrow that he thought would be perfect for behind my tractor, and it reminded him that I was going to do um, organic on that field, and he said that would be the ideal implement to use after I slurried or manured. But he suggested that I probably want to use slurry rather than manure just because manure spreaders take more horsepower typically than what I've got available, but I should be able to find a slurry spreader that my tractor could pull. And he said he would offer me the same deal on the slurry as the manure. And he thought that his buddy has this all painted up, and he said he wanted 2,500, but he's pretty sure for him he could get it for 2,000 bucks. So I said if I wanted it to let him know. So after I talked with him, I gave old Ben a call, and for once I got lucky because Ben said he had just taken in the other day actually an old slurry tanker that he thought would be perfect for behind my tractor, and he was expecting it back from the paint shop actually just after lunch. I had sent it off to get it all cleaned up and painted up, and he said yeah he'd let that go for about $5,000. So haven't talked to the wife about any of this, but I too scared to go in and approach the subject. But anyways, I guess I'm going to have to because I think that's what the plan is. We'll spread slurry on that field and we will then harrow it in and then pick the rocks. And that sounds like a pretty good idea actually. And while we're at it, we might as well throw a little slurry on this grass field of ours if TFS has enough. So guess I better go let the wife know what the plans are, and then I'll meet you down at Ben's, I guess, after lunch. So we'll see you then. Well, here's that tanker Ben was talking about. Actually, doesn't look too bad now that it's been all painted up. Apparently, it holds just over 2,000 liters, I guess. And with this splash plate on the back, apparently it'll spread out to about 4 meters. $5,000 does seem like a lot until you look at the price of the new ones, and these things are crazy expensive. So I guess we'll take it because we do want to get the best yield we can, and we got to put some kind of fertilizer on there. And Ben says that this is spec'd out only requires 40 horsepower, so well within our range. So I guess we'll do it. I'll go talk to Ben, and we'll see you in a minute. Well, it's ours now. So I'm going to run by TFS's and I might as well fill it up. And well, I've got a hook to the truck. It saves one slow trip with the farm all. And we'll get it back up to our place and we'll see how it works. So get you back up at our place. Well, we're back up at the farm with our first tanker load of slurry from TFS. Now I haven't paid him for it yet. I'll see how many tankers loads we end up using on our 2 fields. I ended up using this drawbar again to get this hooked up. So that's actually been a pretty handy piece of gear, that drawbar. Anyways, let's head out to the field and see how far we get with this tanker load of slurry. TFS said he'll be back tomorrow, so we should have our heavy arrow before or just after lunch, early afternoon. Now when I asked Ben about an application rate, he made a recommendation, but then he started talking about crop sensors and precision farming, and I thought I was going to have to get a stepladder to try and catch what he was talking about. There's certainly a lot of technology available, but right now we're just running old school around here. Yep. Let's see how far we get. I was taking a look at our couch to see how comfortable it looked. Because I think pretty soon if I don't figure out how to get some money start going the other direction, that's where I'm going to be sleeping. And I didn't even mention to the wife that we still need to buy some haying equipment. If we're going to cut that grass in that field. But considering we started with $50,000 in our discretionary fund, you know, we're not doing too bad, I don't think. I think this was the most expensive piece of gear we bought, was this slurry tanker. So, you know, when you look at what it costs to start up a large operation, and we haven't spent very much in comparison. Yes, sir. That's going to take a few tank loads, all right. At least it goes a little quicker than the plowing did. Well, I'm going to head off to TFS's, grab another tank load. I'm going to head down the back way again. I think I'll leave you guys there and I'll catch up with you when I get back. So see you in a bit. Well, we're back with our second load. We'll be lucky to get this field done tonight. We'll have to do the grass field tomorrow morning, I think. those round trips to TFSs do take a little while on this old girl. Well, it looks like this is going to take about at least 4 more trips. So I'm going to carry on. You guys probably can figure out what's going to happen here. I'll definitely be going into the dark, I would imagine. So I will catch up with you tomorrow morning when we're ready to do the grass field. So we'll see you then. Well, good morning. As expected, it took well into the evening to get our potato field fertilized. This is our 7th tanker full here on the tractor, so it took almost 6 full tanker loads. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on our grass field here this morning, and we'll get some slurry on it as well. This field might take even a little more. Should be able to get this done by the time Sim shows up with our harrow. Now, if I understand correctly what's coming, I think it'll be a little too heavy to put on our grass field. So we'll just have to let water wash it into the soil here, I think. Oops. Oh, looks like the neighbor did a little damage to our grass when he was planting his field. Not a big deal. It should grow back, I would think. We're even because I just ran over his field, turning around, so we'll call it square. Well, there we go. First tanker done. So, pretty sure you guys know what the drill's going to be. I'll continue on with this, and I'll bring you back in when it's done. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, I just finished my lunch. I did manage to complete the slurry application here on our grass field before lunchtime. And in total, for both fields, we used 11 tanker loads. And actually, just a hair over 10. There's like still tankers 90% full, something like that. But anyways, we got 11 tanker loads from TFS. So I will send him $1,100. I'm getting well used to sending TFS money. And while we were having lunch, TFS was here and he dropped off our harrow. It's actually sitting here on the back of our tractor. And it does look like it's painted up pretty nice, but it is obviously an older piece of gear. But all that's left to do is see if our old girl will pull it. Should be okay, I think. But no time like the present to take care of that. Pretty nice day here on the farm. It's up to 14 degrees already just after lunch. So I don't see any reason why once we get this harrowed up and those darn rocks out of the field that we couldn't get our potatoes in. Guess we could do an in-cab view. We haven't done that for quite a while. Well, the little girl's getting a little dirty. She's been working. Well, moment of truth. Yeah, them rocks are still there. Well, Farmall's pulling it right along. This isn't going to take too long at all, I don't think. Oh, a little bit of a little bit of a hill slows her right down. She likes the old downhill though. It is making a pretty nice seed bed. I think it was a pretty good suggestion by TFS to do this. Some people might make fun of this old tractor, but it's getting the job done. He says as it slows to a crawl up this little hill. Oops, we gotta get situated here again. Sometimes just not enough hands get everything done in a smooth fashion. Pretty pleasant chore when the weather's nice like this. Don't miss the cab so much as I did when it was winter. Well, I'll carry on with this and get this completed, and we'll get set up to pick some rocks. Maybe if I talk to the wife real nice, she'll come out and help me. I won't hold my breath though. Anyways, I'll carry on with this. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, this is it. Our last pass on the field. That didn't take too long at all, unfortunately. Because that means there's daylight left and I need to start picking rocks. But it did a pretty nice job. We'll get hooked onto our trailer and I'll get those good pair of gloves that TFS suggested and start after them rocks. Probably doesn't really need to sit undercover, but haven't moved the harvester to the shop yet. We need to get our drawbar for our little trailer. Well, might as well get started right here. Boy, the old girl's getting a little dirty. She's gonna have to have a wash. But I got to get after these rocks, so I think I'll probably be a grumpy Farmer Murphy doing this. So I think we'll leave the episode there, and I'll bring you back in when I get this done, probably sometime tomorrow, and we'll be ready for planting. But I think for now, we'll call this an episode. So if you're still with me, really appreciate you watching. If you found it entertaining or informative in any way, please hit that old like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit the old notification bell. But for this episode, till next time, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.